lot of wanderlust lovers who are choosing to ditch daytime travel and are now exploring the world after dark.
And with a few celestial events coming up over the next few weeks, Karyn Locke is here to tell us about the growing trend of noctotourism. Now, I feel like we could definitely take this apart and dissect it and figure it out. But what exactly is it as far as travel is concerned?
Okay. In a nutshell, noctotourism is traveling for the nighttime events and attractions, and of course, celestial events. So you're spending all your time and your energy seeing the beautiful skies instead of, traveling during the day.
Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of aspects of this are going to be the same as far as traveling, planning your travel. But what are some things to keep in mind for this?
Okay, so what you want to keep in mind is what kind of a camper are you? Because you're essentially going to be in big sky country, right? So are you somebody who can just pitch a tent? You're going to save a ton of money on lodging.
I wish, Karyn. I wish I was that person.
On the other hand of the coin, I like my creature comforts, and I want indoor plumbing, and I want a cabin. So, you're going to spend more money on that, but it is so worth it because we have meteor showers this year. There's like at least 5. There's actually one this weekend.
Wow. Wow.
I know, and if you can only pick one event to go to, and I know not a lot of people in this neck of the woods know about it, but it is firefly synchronization. Have you heard about that?
No, tell us more about this.
How far do I have to go and when?
Okay, there are several. One's in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, one's in Congaree State Park in South Carolina, and essentially for a few nights out of the year, every firefly in the woods lights up at the same time.
What?
How does this happen? I realize you're not a scientist, but wow.
It's magic.
It's incredible.
But it's getting so popular now that you do have lottery-style tickets to get in and see because they don't want overcrowding.
They don't want to. So let's talk about Spacious Skies campgrounds. What is this?
Okay, so if you're on the east side of the coast and you do want to travel over here or in the mid-Atlantic region, Spacious Skies has a name for a reason. It's all about gorgeous nighttime views, and they have everything from tenting to RV hookups if you have an RV to luxury cabins, which I am about again. And they actually have something called the Spring Bloom Trail, and if you want to, you can follow it from south to north and kind of hop from campground to campground. And it's so cool. So you can see the flowers at night, see the beautiful sky.
Where is this?
I love that.
They're all over the East Coast.
They're all over
there's
the East
several
Coast.
destinations to look into.
Cool.
And we know a lot of people in Pittsburgh specifically will travel out west, especially for things like this. I know I have coworkers who really are into all the national parks, and that naturally is a great place to go for noctotourism.
Such a great big sky country. Again, we're used to all the trees and the clouds here, but get out west and it's a completely different situation. My pick is Yellowstone National Park because of all the animals, but you're going to see gorgeous sky views. And Cody, Wyoming, just outside of the Eastern Gate, you can drive back and forth, have a gorgeous lodge to just relax and just be. And then in our neck of the woods, look for dark sky parks. Have you heard of those?
No.
Tell us more.
Okay, so essentially it's where there's zero light pollution. So, you just have residual light pollution from big cities and things. And these are areas around here. There's one near Columbus, one in kind of northeastern Ohio, and there's one in the Pennsylvania wilds where you can see the stars and actually the Milky Way. We have been to the one near Columbus and we saw the Milky Way just with our eyes. It was incredible.
It sounds beautiful. And now that I'm thinking about this probably does take a little bit more planning than maybe if you're flying into a major city like Denver.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to need more equipment, maybe a car rental. You're going to have to try and figure out how you're actually going to get into the parks.
Absolutely. So you need to figure out, first of all, what type of traveler are you going to be. If you're going with a larger party, consider a road trip because you can split all of those costs and you can get a cabin and split the cost. If you want to fly in, of course you're going to get there quicker. You're not going to have the luxury of having like little side trips if you want to, but you will save time, and then you'll probably have to rent a car, of course, or I doubt it, depending on how far out it is. You're not going to find an Uber or Lyft. So.
No, that's right. No, and that's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
I love knowing that I can get into nature and still glamp.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
For more travel recommendations and tips from Karyn, you can check out her blog, Sand and Snow. We're going to have a link on our website, kdk.com/talkpittsburgh.